Man, you already know YouTube. I cannot come up with an intro for anything. What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, and back in the Digimon laboratory with a set review of EX03. Now, I'm not doing this by myself. I actually have the Machine Dramon enthusiast that I know, the one, the only Romero. How you doing, Romero?
I'm doing just fine, Dante. I'm doing just fine today. I'm very excited to review this set, honestly, especially with Chaos Sherman being the poster boy of the set. So why not?
Oh yeah. I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do a set review. And excuse my camera for not being on. My camera does not want to work today. So we're gonna
He
go
was
ahead.
struggling.
Yeah, really struggling. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just breeze through this set. It's a pretty small set. It's gonna be a one-shot video, so if you want to go ahead and skim through for our takes on the in particular colors that you're looking forward to in EX03 or anything for that, but go ahead, be my guest. But we're gonna go ahead and start off right here with the Digimon eggs with the Digitomas.
Mhm.
First one, BB Domon. All turns, once per turn, while this Digimon has Drumon or Examon in its name and becomes unsuspended, gain 1000 DP for the turn. Not bad, but for those of you who do not know, Examon, the final Royal Knight that we did not have, is being released in EX03, and it's very, very fitting. What do you think about that, Romero?
I think it's very fitting. I do see it working really well, but at the same time, I think when it comes to blue egg specifically, I think this is like a one of in that specifically deck, only because a lot of like blue eggs have the notorious of drawing or generating advantage. You know what I mean? So I feel like this egg specifically may not see too much play in that deck, maybe as a one of. But I do because there are other eggs that could give 1,000 TP a lot more easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the Upamon is going to be by far the best card. You can even play the Demi Vmon that when the Digimon unsuspends no matter what, you can go ahead and um get a 1000 DP. So either way it
Yep.
goes, this card's one of those things that like, if you don't have a Digi egg that you need for Examon, then go ahead and throw this in.
Hmm.
Um,
Again, I do see this as like a one of if you're playing five eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that one as well. I don't think Examon's gonna play it, but you could. Next card, Missymon.
Deeper
Missymon
gate.
is a D Brigade egg. So we got another D Brigade egg. Opponent's turn, while you have other Digimon with D Brigade in its trace, this Digimon gains reboot. There are a few Digimon and D Brigade that have blocker. This is a very good egg for D Brigade. I don't think it's more than a one or two of. What do you think?
Honestly, that reboot is really broken. Not only that, but the fact that it's like such an easy reboot. Like, okay, all right, so I gotta calm down because again, as a machine jump player, every time I see reboot in black, I lose my mind. But honestly, for D Brigade, depending on how you're planning on playing the deck, either it being extremely aggressive or extremely passive, like you can do both with D Brigade technically. I feel like this egg is really good. Um, I mean, let's think about it. In the community, everyone says that the best black rookie Digimon is Toy Agumon, and that's because of reboot. This is an egg that can give D Brigade in its traits reboot during the opponent's turn, and that's really good in my opinion, especially if you have a blocker or if you have a boss monster that you couldn't finish them off with. By giving them reboot, it makes it that much harder for the opponent to get rid of. Personally, I love this egg. I wish this egg was generic. If I'm being completely honest with you, if it didn't say anything about being a D Brigade or whatever, I would play. This would be the next best black egg in my opinion. If it didn't
Yeah,
have that restriction,
yeah. No
but
restriction.
because
Oh yeah.
but since it's D Brigade restricted, as in you have to play D Brigade, I do see this being a potential four of in D Brigade. Unless because it doesn't give you advantage like you would want with like what's that black Digimon? That black egg, the one that you hatch, and if it gets deleted, reveal the top card. If it's black, add it to your hand.
Pagumon.
Um, yeah, it's not a Pagumon which can give you advantage or regenerate like or replace itself. But that reboot mechanic is such a powerful mechanic, and if there's any color that I know that can abuse it, it would be black. So if you guys have like a powerful blocker, which we're about to find out the more we go through this set, I think it would make or break this egg. I feel like this egg, if it's not good now, it will be in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Depending if Deep Brigade gets more support.
yeah, we'll see how Deep Brigade is going to fare in the EX03. Now we're gonna go right through the red stuff.
Yep.
First red card we have is Sunrizamon, level 3, red. When attacking, look at the top 3 cards. Add a Digimon with Dragon, Sword, or Ceratopian, which I'm pretty sure is a very rare trait. And add
Most
one to
likely.
your
I think it's
hand.
that T-Rex dinosaur looking.
Right. So basically,
Uh,
anything that's a dragon or a dinosaur, you can add off of this card when attacking. I think that's decent. It's very generic for a lot of stuff. Um,
it's a good generic breath card.
yeah, yeah. It's one of the things to where like if you just need a card to throw in like a 2 of, you can go ahead and throw that in. Next card is our first red Vmon. Now, Vmon is a level 3 that digivolves from purple and or red. So now we have a red purple combination going on here. Has an on play. On play, you may trash one card with Imperial Demon or Imperial Demon in its name or free in its traits from your hand and draw 2 cards. So and then it has an inheritable while you have a purple Digimon in play, gains 2000 DP. Don't sleep on that. So now you're seeing the Vmon line having a little feel of a purplish type of deck.
That's so. In my opinion, all right. So before we saw the entire line, I thought the effect was good, but in a weird way, kind of bad because usually you don't want to discard. But after reading the entire line ahead of this video in order to generate my own real thoughts, this ability is really, really powerful because now the deck can play off the trash, which we'll find out once we get more through the video. But having the ability to like get rid of a dead card to draw 2 cards is really powerful. It can help you unbrick your entire hand. And having that inheritable to give you 2000 DP if you have a purple Digimon in play, that's extremely easy to pull off. You know, that's just natural gameplay, natural progression in this game. So you're going to have that DP boost the entire time. That on play ability, though, like, is actually really powerful. Like,
Yeah,
just having the ability to draw 2 cards in any game is insane.
yeah, I agree. I think that's actually pretty good. Let's go to our next card, Vora Woman. So
This guy.
Vora Woman is a level 3 Digivolves from red or black, and it says your turn once per turn. When you play a Hina, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 or less DP. And heritable when attacking, if this Digimon has an on play effect, delete one of your Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Now, this one, I don't, I get it, but it specifically wants Digimon that have on plays. I don't know. We would have to wait to read the Tamer to after we go through the rest of the cards to see how good of a card this really is.
Yeah, this card is highly dependent on not just the tamer, but also like the rest of its archetype. You know what I mean? I feel like this card is as far as I can tell from EX3 when I did my first skim through it, it's very archetype dependent. So this card this card's success will depend on A, the tamer, and B, the other Digimon that go with the deck and their on play abilities.
Right.
I'll hold judgment for now. The good positive thing I can say is that it can delete any memory blocker Digimon. You know, that's the one good thing I can say. If we're looking at it by itself in a vacuum, let's ignore the Tamer, let's ignore the rest of its deck. By itself, as a card, it does fulfill the ability to delete any rookie. It can pretty much delete any rookie that the game has right now. It could delete any Floodgate, which turns out to be most of them are rookie Digimon. So I could see this card being played sparingly in other decks, but within its own archetype, I do think this card might see some play, just because it has the ability to delete like Floodgate-based Digimon, you know?
Yeah, but it only deletes when you play their tamer.
That is true. So,
So
like, again, it's like it's one of those things where, like, it all depends on the tamer, and it all depends on its archetype. You know what I mean?
yeah, we're gonna get to
Like it's
that. We're gonna get to the rest of
shortly.
it in a
Okay.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
All
our
right. Let's go to the
first
next
level
one.
4 red, Flare Rizamon. So Flare
This
Rizamon,
guy looks tight.
oh yeah. The Flare Rizamon has an inheritable when attacking once per turn. If a Digimon contains Dragon, Sword, or Ceratopian, draw one card. Not bad, not bad.
Ooh,
Pretty good, not bad.
not bad at all. It's a good. I see this. I might see this being played in maybe Black War Greymon or any Greymon deck, just because of the draw one. Because
But
or
Black
well,
or
does
Greymon
drag?
Dragon kin.
Oh, so it doesn't count with Dragon, does it?
Yeah.
Ah, damn. Okay. If it did, well, any deck that plays a dragon or any of these, there's a deck that plays any of these three like like Digimon traits,
Oh, they
and
gonna
that's their
play it.
main strategy, yeah, they would play this
Oh yeah.
because having the ability to like I play Armor Rush currently. Sadly, I have to, but like having the ability to draw one at any point of the game is really broken. Again, like having the ability, in my opinion, I say if it says draw one, draw two, play it
Oh yeah.
because it's usually pretty good. I
So
like this one a lot. It's very basic but very good.
yeah, yeah. I give it above
I don't,
average.
yeah. I don't think you'll see it being played in any competitive deck unless the competitive deck has a dragon, a Sora, or however you pronounce the other sources, man. Oh my god, I can't pronounce any of those. You get what I'm saying? If your deck
Yeah.
plays any of these as a level 5 or level 6, then this should be considered as a good filler. And
Yeah.
that's what this is. It's a good filler card.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
I agree
It's a
with you.
great filler card.
Now, our next level 4 seems like it might be something to mess with. We have Lava Vomon. So Lava
Ooh.
Vomon is a level 4 Digivolves from Red or Black for 2. And it has an
Mhm.
on play. On play reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon with Rock Dragon, Earth Dragon, Bird Dragon, Machine Dragon, or Sky Dragon in its
All the
traits,
dragons.
and one Hina among them. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Inheritable is the same inheritable as Vora Woman. If the Digimon has an on play effect, delete a Digimon level 3000 DP or less. Now,
Okay.
this
My,
this
my,
card
my
searches out a
final one there.
lot.
It does. Not only does this thing search out all the dragons, let's be honest, all the dragons, but it also can add a tamer from among them. Mind you, it seems like Hina is a big focus of the deck, so you're going to play 4 Hinas, as
Oh
far as
yeah,
I can tell right now. This card is extremely, in my opinion, extremely good. Only because it's for its on play effect, it costs 4 to play.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It costs 4 to play. It's a champion, so you can easily drop this for 4. Put your opponent maybe at 2 to 1 memory, depending if you go to 1, depending if you're at 3 or at 2. And then when it goes to your turn, you can evolve right away to a level 5, no problem. Like if this card's play cost was 5 or higher, I'd say I'd say it was like, it's okay. But because it's a level 4 Digimon that costs 4 memory, that's with that kind of ability to potentially give you a +1 plus like a +1 or break even. It's extremely good. Just for
yeah,
that, just because of the value alone.
yeah.
Paying 4 for that
I
ability is
agree with
insane.
that. Like me being a purple player, we were hard drop um scatter mode 100%. We're a hard drop of scatter mode and put you to 4, knowing that's going to gain us advantage the very next turn. Like
Yeah. As a
this,
machine,
th-
as a Machine Digimon player, we play Mechanoimon for 4 because then we'll save ourselves.
yeah, like this car is actually very good. Let's
Lord.
see what in the art type is going. What are we searching out in the art type? Now we was talking about this a little bit before we started this video. Flamedramon. So this is a red Flamedramon, digivolved from purple or red, just like the Vmon. It has when digivolving, activate one of the effects below. One of your other Digimon may digivolve into a purple level 4 with free in its traits from your trash for its Digivolution cost, or you may DNA Digivolve with one other card in play into a card from your hand for a DNA Digivolve cost. And of course, it has the Gatomon inheritable. At the end of your turn, you can DNA Digivolve for the cost of the DNA Digimon. Now, in a vacuum, it doesn't really make too much sense. But as we go along and we get
It
down
gets
to the
better.
purple stuff, you're gonna see how insane of a ability this actually is.
Like, I mean, even if you look at it in a vacuum, having the ability to digivolve one of your Digimon from the trash, I think that's a lot of value. Mainly because, like, if your deck is like, for example, I'm not saying you would do this because this card wouldn't fit in Armor Rush, but technically, if you somehow evolve this on top of one of your red or purple Digimon, you can literally use its first ability to digivolve one of your other Digimon on top with one of the armor, which recycles it. You get what I'm saying? Having the ability to digivolve from the trash, in my opinion, is extremely valuable.
It has to be a purple level 4.
Purple level 4. Okay, but you get what I'm trying to say, though, right? Because having the
Yeah,
ability to digivolve from the trash, like that was just like it was a bad example, yes, but still, like in my personal opinion, having the ability to digivolve from the trash, I think, is extremely valuable because now it turns the trash into a resource. It's like having a second hand.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I think the better example would be the Dracmon line,
Yes, there you go.
to where you can digivolve into dark animals out the trash. So you don't necessarily need
Mhm.
them in hand. So you can pitch them to draw cards or pitch them for ability costs or anything like that. But then
Yeah.
later on, be able to digivolve out the trash and to be able to get their, have them Digimon on board. Yeah, I do like. I do think yeah, the Dracmon line is probably a little more what you was thinking of, but I get what you were saying.
Now, this other effect, this Digimon and one other Digimon in play may DNA Digivolve right away. I think that's just like I don't know why, but I feel like that effect's gonna be pretty broken. So
Well,
let's say, for example, right, you have a Digimon on board, then you Digivolve into this guy. It would pass the turn, correct? But because you Digivolve, you activate one of the effects. You can activate this effect, DNA Digivolve, right there. It's still the end of your turn. Then can't because it's still at the end of your turn. Can't you technically trigger the inheritable as well and Digivolve atop again? Technically.
we I see what you're saying, and a couple of
Oh
cards
no,
from
wait.
now,
Okay.
I'll explain it. A couple of cards from now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, no, I
I
can't.
know
No, I
you're
read it. I read
excited.
all the way
I
through.
know you're
Yeah.
excited.
My
Now,
lord.
our first level 5 is Volcamon, or Voltramon. So Voltramon has an inheritable if the Digimon has Dragon, Soar, or Ceratopian when attacking, draw a card. So it seems like this deck right here that deals with the focus of getting the dragons, the swords, the Ceratopians, it has a lot of inherent draw power, which is actually
Does.
good.
Uh-huh. Can you imagine having this and that level 4 underneath the same stack? It's pretty much a pot of greed.
You're just drawing two every time you attack.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So
Nah.
are we okay, so this says dragon. Are we sure that Dragonkin don't work with it or like rock dragon or anything like that? Does it have to be only dragon or can it be like a rock dragon like we read the other ones?
So if you're talking, so there's a difference between dragon and dragonkin,
Yeah.
and the other one specifically stated, lava Woman
Yeah.
stated Rock dragon,
Rock
earth
dragon,
dragon.
earth dragon.
Yeah, so it has to be a specific kind of dragon. So if it said something with dragon in its traits, then yes, but it's specifically for these 4 or 5 different types of dragons. So it doesn't search out Voltramon.
Okay. So pretty much Volcandramon wouldn't work with this archetype then?
I do not think so.
Okay. Well, again, if anybody's playing dragons, Sora, or what you say the last one was? Ceratops
Dragosaur or Ceratopian.
or Ceratopian? I think this and the level 4 will be a consideration playing.
Oh yeah.
Just because having the ability to draw 2 when attacking is insane. At least in my opinion.
Now,
Yeah.
Pyrodramon. So
Oh,
we
this
have a
dude.
Pyrodramon level 5, Digivolves from red or black for 4. It has DNA Digivolve from a red and purple level 4. When Digivolving, you can DNA Digivolve. When DNA Digivolving, you can play one Dino Beamon from your trash without paying its on play cost. And on
Oh.
deletion, play one Beamon from your trash without paying its cost. And it has an inheritable if it's an Imperial Demon, gain security +1. Now to go back to your question, if, say for example, I was to go ahead and I had a level 4 purple Digimon out already, and I
Yes.
Digivolve into Flamedramon,
Uh,
and then use Flamedramon's ability to DNA Digivolve into Pyodramon, and then I was able to get a Dino Beamon out. It's still the end of my turn. I would be able to DNA Digimorph into Imperial Dramon.
My God, it's not like what? Like realistically, okay, best case scenario, turn 2 Imperial Dramon? Or turn 3?
Turn 2, best case scenario.
God damn!
Best case scenario, you can turn to Imperial Dramon. I mean, it's not really anything different than what we see, like, now.
Well, that's true.
Like with a good hand, you can turn to Imperial Dramon. This just pretty much, if you have the right setup, you can guarantee a turn to Imperial Dramon for, I don't know, 2, 3 memory passing to your opponent's turn.
Not only that, but giving it security +1 is insane.
Oh yeah. So
All right.
let's see. Are we okay? We're almost at. Oh man, we're not at the Imperial Dramon because the Imperial Dramon is a purple first, red
Then
second
red.
Digimon.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead
So
and get
we'll
to
get
that
there
in a
soon.
sec. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next level 5. So Lavo
Oh,
Gartimon. Gatomon.
okay.
Gatomon.
Which is a rock dragon, so it's searchable
Yes, it
off the
is.
other guy. So that's a good
Correct.
thing.
On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less. If you have a Hina, then you can play a Hina from your hand.
Without paying his
Inheritable.
memory cost.
Yes, inheritable. When your opponent Digimon is deleted, if the Digimon has an on play effect, draw a card. So
Huh.
Hina really seems to be the focus of this deck.
It
Like
really is.
we're gonna after we get through the reds, we're gonna definitely look at Hina, because
Yeah.
this
Hina will
makes
make
or
or break
breaks
the
the deck.
deck.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
makes or
So,
break it.
okay. So the issue I have with this Digimon, if we're looking at it in a vacuum, you know how the level 4 costs, we loved it so much because A, it costs 4, and it's a potential +1.
Yeah,
This one, on play effect, this guy costs 8. It's a little too high
yeah,
for me.
yeah,
If like as a Machijimon player, like we play with a lot of on play effects, right? But the ones that do that tend to be level 7s. You know what I mean?
I
If
mean,
this was a level 7, I would. I mean, cost 7. If this cost 7, I would forgive it. It'd be it's a good enough, I guess. Hard play it, delete something with 5,000 or less DP. That's cool. But if this thing cost 7 or 6, this card I would have been more excited for this card. The fact that it costs 8, I think that's a little too high.
yeah,
Even with the ability to delete a Digimon that 5,000 or less DP.
that I do agree with. It's a little too steep of a cost.
I
Now,
mean, it does depend on Hina though, because this does let you play Hina for free. If Hina is
if
card
Hina's
that could hold this
crazy,
deck,
yeah, if Hina is crazy good, then we might forgive some of these cards.
yeah, we may be able to forgive this thing costing 8. And it's inheritable effect. Um, doesn't seem bad at all. I mean, it's always good to have the ability to gain a memory, and it says on all turns too. So like, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, like if you're able to delete a Digimon on the opponent's turn, like let's say, oh, I swing your security, gets deleted. Well, you gain, and this card's on board, and you have this Digimon under an evolution source. Oh, you just gain a memory, you know.
Yeah,
So it's a very small, very 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 weak ice wall. You know what I mean?
yeah. That
A very weak one.
yeah, that I agree with you. Now
Again, go up
they're
to Hina though.
now they're boss monster. They're level 6
Ooh,
volcanic Dramon. So
okay.
volcanic Dramon on play deletes all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If no Digimon was deleted, your opponent cannot play a Digimon with a DP of 5k or less until the end of your opponent's turn. And when attacking, if you have a tamer in play, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack.
Okay. You know what this is? This is literally what's his name? The Royal Knight, the Black Royal Knight. One of my favorites. What's his name again? Genkumon. He's
Yes,
literally Genkumon,
I reverse
but
Genkumon.
better.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty much Genkumon on this. No, because Genkumon deleted everything with the lowest DP as well.
Oh, I thought it
Iron
was the
Fist and
highest, no?
Onslaught. No, Iron Fist and Onslaught deletes everything with the highest DP.
Ah.
Genkumon deletes everything with the lowest DP. So if you have multiple Digimon on board and they all are like 5,000, deletes them all.
So yeah, this
This
really
thing,
do get rid of floodgates.
this will most definitely get rid of all the floodgates in the game. Not only that, so the issue with Genkumon, in my opinion, was that what if the opponent had multiple Digimon with different DP? I see this will suffer the same way. But the positive part is, where if you played this while your opponent had nothing on board, right? You still get a benefit. Where in Genkumon, you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the benefit with this one, if your opponent, let's say you played this and your opponent had no Digimon. Okay, hold on. What's this thing's memory? 12. All right. So, if your opponent, like, literally, like, how can I
Now,
explain this?
now,
So,
now hold on.
yeah,
Something is going on with this Hina. We gotta
yeah,
get to this Hina
we
because
really do.
in a vacuum, what's the difference between this and playing something like what's the other one? What
Okay.
Dramon? Yeah, the other one
Oh,
Dramon that at least everything that's 5k DP and have +1 security. So something's
oh,
going on with
okay.
this Hina. Let's get to this
Yeah.
Hina and then we'll come back to this card.
All right. Should we just skip to Hina then, really quick? Or wait, I think there's only half of the archetype, isn't it?
Yeah,
All right. So we'll. All right. Once we get to Hina, we'll do a recap on this archetype because I'm actually quite
yeah.
interested.
Now,
All right. So,
next card is
my
Dramon.
boy,
So
my boy.
Dramon is a level 6, Digivolves from black or red for 4, Digivolves
Yep.
from Machine Dramon for 1. On play
Sure.
or
Yep.
when Digivolving, plays 3 red and or black level 5 cards with cybers in its traits. Notice it's cards and not Digimon, which tells you something. And
Yeah, I can see
yeah,
that.
and in its traits and different card numbers from your hand and or trash under this Digimon as his bottom Digivolution sources. De-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each card that you place by its effect. All turns, when a Digimon would be deleted or returned to your hand or deck, by trashing 2 cards, you can prevent this card from leaving play. This card is direct Machine Dramon support.
There's no ifs or buts about it. It really is. Um, so this card, I won't say it's better than the Chaos Dramon we have now, but it has things that the Chaos Dramon we have now doesn't, which is the protection aspect. Having the ability to protect this guy is extremely important because that's what makes Machine Dramon so powerful to begin with. It's not because, yes, all the inheritables makes him dangerous. It's one of the reasons why the card is so strong, but having the ability to protect him and is really powerful. The way I see it is that Machine Dramon has 3 lives, so you have to kill it 3 times to get rid of it for good. And that's what made it so dangerous. It's what made it so powerful, especially with all the inheritables, which is a bonus. But the moment you evolved on top of it with the Chaosdramon that we have now, all that protection's gone. Yes, you have the ability to potentially wipe the entire board, but the protection's now completely gone. But with this new Chaosdramon, the protection is still there. Yes, your opponent can most likely minus its DP. Will get rid of it, like can minus its DP. But if you have the correct stack, that shouldn't really matter because his TP will still be extremely high. Not only that, but you're putting 3 other sources underneath it. So how many times do you have to kill this thing? So
Ye-
let's assume that Machine Dramon has 5 underneath it right now. We play 1 on top. Machine Dramon now equals 6. We play another 3 underneath it. You have to kill 1,
Yeah, it's like
2, 4.
five. It's like 5 or 6
You have to,
times.
5 times. You have to kill Chaosdramon 5 times. You can't Kikaitis Breath this card either. And you can't put it to the bottom of the deck. So that's what makes it extremely strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
This card is going to be an absolute staple in Machine Dramon decks.
it most definitely is. I believe the way I'm looking at it right now, with some of the testing I've been doing around, I think it's going to be 4 Machine Dramon, 3 of this Chaosdramon, and then 1 of the original. Because the original still has value because it has the ability to wipe the entire board. Technically, it has that ability, or this one doesn't. But this one has the ability to Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon for each of the cards you play underneath it. So pretty much that means you could Digivolve 3 because you're playing 3 sources underneath it. You can choose one of your opponent's Digimon, Digivolve it 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Unless I'm reading that wrong. Hold on.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You are
All
absolutely
right.
right. Yeah,
You Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each card placed by
yep,
this effect. Yeah, so you can Digivolve 3. So
yep,
you literally can turn any threat into a no threat.
yep. I think it's
Yeah.
great. I think it's a great card. I think it's
Powerful card.
yeah, absolutely powerful. All right.
Especially as a one evolution from Machine Dramon. It's very strong. And the funny thing is, if you hard play this, you still get this card's effect to place 3 underneath it.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying you should, because unlike Machine Dramon, you don't gain the memory for doing that. Like, for example, if you're at 2 and you hard play this guy, your opponent goes to 10. But you get to play 3 Digimon, 3 level 5s underneath it. So you can protect it once. You know what I mean? Now,
Yes.
I'm not saying that's the best thing to do. But in a pinch, that's not bad.
So I think our next card is a big baddie.
Oh,
So
shit.
we have Dro Brickmon. So this card is a level 6, digivolves from a 5 for 4, rare 5 for 4, has rush on play. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less for every Digivolution card with the trait containing Dragon, Sword, or Ceratopian that the Digimon has. Add 2,000 DP to the Digimon that you choose with this effect. And then it has Digicross, which says 5 Digimon cards with different names that contains Dragon, Sword, or Ceratopian. When you would play this card, you may play specific cards from your hand or battle area underneath it. For each card reduces its play cost. So there's a couple of ways of getting this bad boy out. You can either Digivolve for 4, or in BT10, we had to do the Digicross stuff to where we had the save mechanic. So you can
Uh-huh.
use the save mechanic, stack these Digimon underneath the tamers, hard play this, and then you can take 5 of those Digimon, if I'm not mistaken. You can take 5, no, for 2. So you can take 5 of those Digimon cards with different names that contain these traits and put it underneath this card and reduces on play cost by 2. So it makes it 11.
I see. Um, does this work? I feel like this is supposed to work with Hina somehow. With the Hina archetype?
Yes, for some reason it's weird. It's almost like this is a big boss monster for all 3 types. And you know
Yeah.
what? Now that we're done with the Digimons, let's head on down to Hina is a white tamer. So
Really? Alright.
Hina,
Let
Three
me find.
call is a three calls to play. Start your turn. If your opponent has a Digimon in play, gain a memory. That's gonna always trigger.
Okay,
Your
that's a good one.
turn, right? Your turn. One of your Digimon, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Rock, Earth, Machine, or Sky Dragon in its traits, by suspending this tamer, activate one of that Digimon on play effects.
Oh, actually, that's not so bad.
That's not so bad because now if we go back up to say the Volcandramon,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the volcanic Dramon, so we can digivolve and for we can digivolve and for 4 draw and then tap Hina to then
To activate the
activate
on-play
its
effect.
on play effect to delete the one with the lowest, and then with the inheritables you have you know gain a memory, you have delete a Digimon with 3k, you have delete another Digimon with 3k or less. So
Not only that, but the level 5 Digimon can come into like can Digimon for 3 and get its ability to delete a Digimon with 5,000 or less DP, and you can
correct.
play. Okay,
So
that's
so
not
it
bad.
so it's literal rookie hate. All them floodgates that we talked about, the Psychmons and the Gazimons and the Terriermons, all of them are 3k and less. This deck thrives on your opponent having those Digimon to then say, oh, delete, 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 delete. That way you can't prevent me from doing anything.
Not only that, but we have to look at because Hina said not just Rock Dragon, but it has all those other dragon types. So I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more once we go through this. We'll see the rest of Hina's archetype. I feel like we're only at like halfway there.
Oh yeah, for it to be a white tamer, it tells you something. It really do.
Yep. Should
Now,
we head back to the Digimon really quick?
yeah, we're gonna head on back to the blue Digimon. Since we went through the
Slow up,
red
yeah.
ones, we're gonna go
Yep.
ahead and go to the blue Digimon. First one, Crabmon. On a play,
Yeah.
one of your blue Digimon gains Jammy for the turn.
Huh.
If this card was played from a Digivolution source, you may place one level 5 lower Digimon from card from your hand as at the bottom of that Digimon as a Digivolution source.
Wait.
This screams Waymon
Yeah, it does.
because you
Like,
play it from source, you give Waymon jamming, you put another Digimon underneath it, and then Waymon also triggers to bounce a Digimon back.
okay. I can see the synergy there. It's just that this like, but do you honestly see this being played in that though? I kind
It'll
of
it'll be like a two of because
feel.
for somebody who came up with Waymon, Jammer, I call it Blue
Yeah,
Jammer. I see this being very good because you don't want your Waymon to die. You want your Waymon to
that's true.
hit stack, get all these abilities, and start building wide, and then unsuspend and then swing again because it's not once per turn, and keep on doing it. So you don't
Yeah,
want it to die to something a random bit Digimon.
true.
So yeah, it's legacy support for Waymon.
Okay. I mean, again, I came in during BT5, so I was already expecting like in a time where blue was dominating everything. I don't know. I felt a little underwhelmed by this card just because it's
Yeah,
blue.
yeah. Waymon and the original Blue Metal Garurumon, they do basically the same thing.
I see.
All right,
Okay.
next one, Snow Agamon. As an inheritable opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution sources would Digivolve. Increase the Digivolution cost by 1. So that goes to tell you that if they were to try to, I don't know, play hard drop a level 4 that's a 4 cost that searches everything and then Digivolve on top of it, trying to think it's only for 3, it's now for 4.
I see. It's actually not a bad ability.
That's not a
It's
bad
actually
inheritable. Not at
it's
all.
not. Like I think it's I think it's designed fair enough as well. Honestly, it's not. It screams. It doesn't scream oppression, but it screams annoyance, which I think is a fair thing. You know.
Yeah, and it's really for blue hybrid decks or any decks that want to strip sources to guarantee this to go off.
Yeah. Too
All right.
bad Tommy's gone.
So next one, we have Ebedramon. On
Oh,
play,
sure, monster.
one of your blue Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. If this card is played from your Digivolution sources, unsuspend that Digimon. Again, like I said, this is that Waymon support to where you just
Yeah.
keep on pulling it out, keep on unsuspending Waymon, and keep on attacking and keep on doing all kinds of crazy madness. Kaiser Nail would be absolute crazy in this deck.
Yeah. I do see this as like a Kaiser Nail type of support type of deck. I do
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
not
It's
bad,
not bad. Not
not
bad
bad,
at all.
not bad. Now we have Corjamon. So
Yep.
Corjamon digivolves. So this is a Corjamon that digivolves for 2 if the name contains Dracomon. So it has evade. If you don't know what evade is, and BT10, so BT10 would come before EX03. Evade just says, hey, if I die, I'm going to just suspend myself to prevent myself from dying.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
So very, 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 very good. So evade is one of them is one of the mechanics to where if you have this unsuspended that try to kill it, you're like, oh no, I'm just suspended and be okay. All turns, while this Digimon has Dromon or Exomon in its name, it also gets evade.
That's pretty good.
I think it's very good. I think
That
it is.
evade mechanic is going to be insane, especially if
Yeah.
especially look at it like this: if blue somehow has a way to unsuspend the Digimon, you're able to attack for free, unsuspend, and now you have evade. So then you can suspend yourself to protect yourself. That's pretty insane.
Correct. So you have to kill it twice.
Yeah.
I think
In my personal
it
opinion, this evade should have been a black thing. Should have been a black exclusive ability, in my opinion, because black has the most reboot abilities. You know,
it would
like
make
you
it would
imagine.
make it busted.
Oh, that's what black needs. I'm tired of blue running the world. All right, on to the next one.
Next
I like this
card.
card. This
I
card's
do
really good.
too. I do too. Pot and Peldramon. So another Peldramon. Level 4. When Digivolving trash one Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon, you get to choose. It's not the top, it's not the bottom. You get to choose the card.
Yeah. Okay,
Opponent
that's scary.
opponent's turn, it has the same thing as Snow Agamon. So it's one of these things to where you play it in a Hexablow deck that likes to strip. You play it in any
Yeah.
deck that likes to strip sources, and then force your opponent to have to digivolve for a big amount of memory to pass their turn.
Yep. Not only that, but as a Machine Dramon player, that evolution ability kind of scares me. Trash any evolution sources from one of your opponent's Digimon, because
Anyone.
usually having the so usually right, blue was known to like get rid of the sources from the bottom, and they would occasionally have cards that says, "Oh, get rid of from the top."
Yeah,
As a Machine Dramon player, you're able to organize it however you want. So
correct.
you can leave the most important if you're going against blue, right? You know you want the most important evolution pieces at the top, so they can't strip them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing against black with the whole with the ability to digivolve, you want the most important sources at the bottom.
Correct.
This doesn't care.
Yep.
So like having like let's say for example I end my turn with blocker reboot with Machine Dramon, and then you play this, you can literally just get rid of blocker, and now I no longer have the threat of the blocker anymore.
Correct. So
Like,
yeah,
like as a Machine Dramon player, I see this more scarier than I should. But at the same time, maybe against X antibody, if they don't have the option card underneath it, I think this can also be very annoying for them. You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think they're swinging blue back into the stripping
Source
Digivolution
game.
source. Yeah. Next card, Wingdramon. Digivolves from Corjamon for 3. Now, it also
Oh,
has evade, and your turn, Examon in your hand may treat this card as a level 6 Digimon for DNA Digivolution. We'll get to. Don't worry. Examon is I believe, is a green blue, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
we'll get to it.
Uh,
So end of turn, you can DNA Digivolve with one of your other Drumons in its name into a card from your hand. And then it's inheritable. It has evade if it's a Drumon or Examon on top of it. We already talked about evade, and evade is just crazy good.
it is. Like I swear, I feel like Bandai is trying to give every color the ability to DNA Digivolve when you shouldn't have. You know what I mean?
I think Drogus they know it's a cash cow, and I think they know that that's the way to go. So they really are just like, let's see what we can give Jorgus to, so we could open up every avenue possible.
True. My God, this mechanic's insane.
Oh yeah, it is. Next one, Chris Peldramon. When Digivolve, level 5, when Digivolving, trash 2 Digivolution cards from one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources cannot attack nor block to the end of your opponent's turn, this gets around again the X antibody card. It doesn't strip that; it strips whatever you want to.
Yep. Yeah, this, and not only that, but also has the stun ability to go with it. So that's actually pretty good. Yeah,
Because
there's no complaints here. This card's actually quite strong.
correct, because your opponent can have a Digimon that doesn't have sources. You can strip from one Digimon, and then the other Digimon with no sources cannot attack or block.
Not only that, this could be a pain in the ass for Armor Rush too.
Oh man, Armor Rush is gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, like blue, and I play Armor. Why is it every deck I play always has an issue with like sources being stripped? My God,
Hey,
this deck.
my boy got support. Mega Seedramon. When
Oh
attacking,
crap!
you may play one blue level 3 Digimon from one of your blue Digimon Digivolution sources without paying its cost. And heritable, you may play one blue level 3 Digimon from one of your blue Digimon without paying its cost. So either way it goes, if you're attacking with this or attacking with the Digimon on top of this, you can play a level 3 Digimon. I like
This
that.
thing's a this thing's a walking Kaiser nail. That's actually really
I,
good.
I like it. It's one is almost like they indirectly gave the Waymon art type support by giving it another line to go with it, because we all know that Metal Seedramon and Mega Seedramon are highly unplayable cards.
Yeah,
So
I can see that.
I think they're making them more playable, but towards a certain style or for a certain art type that it can go with. I like it.
I mean, not only that, but if you think about it, look at the cards we looked at, the two crabs that
Yeah.
activate when they get played from the evolution sources. They get more consistent with this card.
Oh yeah.
Like this card can most like you can literally make this thing a blocker on and then unsuspend it. Like it's not bad at all. I think Kaiser Nail might actually be its own deck eventually if these cards keep coming out like this.
I wouldn't even doubt it. Next
All right,
card.
next one.
Police so I can never get this right because I know it's Greek, I want to say.
Plasoliamon?
Pasolomon. Ooh, I
Oh,
can't even speak that.
I was about to say Pasole.
So level 6, when Digivolving, you may play one level 3 Digimon or one level 4 lower aquatic sea animal or aqua beast and its traits from one of your Digimon Digivolution sources without paying its cost. Then place one blue card underneath it at the bottom of a Digivolution card sources. Any blue card, not blue Digimon, blue card. All turns, once per turn, and it's a
It
heritable.
says one blue Digimon card.
One blue.
Oh,
Oh,
underneath the
okay, there it goes. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, then
I was
place
gonna
one
say,
blue Digimon card. I was gonna say that's insane.
yeah.
Inheritable, all turns. When you play a Digimon from Digivolution sources, return one of your opponent's Digimon with a level equal to that played Digimon to your owner's deck. To the bottom of your owner's deck. So removal on top of like this card is so good because in
I can
decks
see it.
that do this for a fact, because I play them in decks that do this, it doesn't matter what blue Digimon you put underneath it to resolve that effect. It's only when it plays. So having something that has an inheritable that can help spot remove, oh, it's too good. It's too good.
This card, honestly, just this entire arc. This is an archetype at this point. This
Yes, it
entire
is.
archetype screams Kaiser Nail.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just Kaiser Nail. Get rid of whatever the hell you want to get rid of. Having that, like that's the thing. Like if you have the fact that you could like play a level 4 Aqua type from your evolution source, and then you could replace it with a level, let's say a level 7 blue Digimon, if there is one. And then if you were to, and then with the inheritable, right, when you play a Digimon card for your evolution sources, return one of your opponent's Digimon with the same level. Like let's say you have a level 7 underneath it, and then you Kaiser Nail that level 7 back. You can literally return a level 7 Digimon or lower to the bottom of the deck.
Correct.
Like this card just screams like Kaiser Nail play, like Kaiser Nail, please. Like,
Yes.
this, honestly, this do I see this archetype being tier 1 though? Maybe not, but
Uh,
I do see it being tier 2 rogue.
yeah, it's a good rogue deck.
It's a fun deck for sure. I would play this deck for fun. It just depends on how much more support they get in the future, but
Right.
this is a really good start in my opinion.
Now the boy Slagermon's next. Digivolves on the type of Wingdramon or Guardramon for 3. All
Huh.
turns, once per turn, when its Digimon becomes unsuspended, or becomes unsuspended Digimon, so it unsuspends itself on all turns.
Not bad.
And start your opponent's main phase by suspending one of your Digimon with Dromon or Examon in its name. Your opponent must attack with one of their Digimon. So they must attack this Digimon with one of their Digimon.
That's not bad. By
So
suspending one of your
now
opponent's
it
Digimon.
now it has an inheritable start your opponent's main phase by suspending one Digimon with Dromon or Examon in its name. Your opponent must attack with one of their Digimon. So this entire Sladramon line is all about forcing your opponent to delete themselves. So
Pretty much.
when you go and you digivolve into Sladramon and it turns into your opponent's turn, you can say, "Hey, I'm going to suspend my my Sladramon, and then it's going to force you to attack with one of your Digimon, and then I unsuspend, and Corjamon gives me evade. So if I ever die with a bigger Digimon, then I can suspend myself to evade. So
That's
you
true.
can lock down their biggest Digimon and not have to delete your own Digimon to do so. You can say, hey, that's a nice Omnimon at the start of your main phase. I'm going to suspend my Sladramon, forcing your Omnimon to attack my Sladramon. They have to suspend their Omnimon because they're forced to attack. Then you
Yeah.
unsuspend your Sladramon. Omnimon would try to kill Sladramon, but then Corjamon gives it evade, and you just suspend your Sladramon to keep it on board.
I can see that. Honestly though, like the card is strong. I'll give it that. It's strong. At the same time, I feel like I don't know. Like this card is weird to me. That's all I can really give it at the moment. It's weird. Like I can see the implications, but at the same time, I feel like is it really worth it though? At the end of the day.
It's a control type of deck, but it does go along with Examon. And
All right.
Examon is the card, it's a green blue, so we haven't yet got there.
Okay. I think extra mile is what's going to like put it all together at the end.
Yes, definitely. Now,
All right.
next blue card, we have our third of Zulanmon.
Oh my god.
So, Digivolves for 4. On play, draw 2 cards. Then, if this card was played by an effect, Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, gain 2 memory. I think that card is a blue card. I want to see. On deletion, if you don't have Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in play, you may play one from your hand into your battle area.
Huh.
Right,
Do we
very.
have that?
No,
Is
this
that
this card is most likely in this set.
okay? So okay.
So let's see.
So because on play drawing two isn't bad, but
It's on
and
play.
then
It's for
yeah, but
12.
then it's for 12. Technically, it's for 10 because then if you have the dragons, you gain 2 memory. Technically,
Correct.
it's for 10, but I don't know if that's worth it.
Correct.
Honestly,
Now
uh, I'll hold judgment.
our last blue Digimon, Agismon. So
Oh,
Agismon.
level 7.
Agismon is level 7. Digivolves from level 6 for 4. When Digivolving, you may play one level 3 blue or a Digimon with Seedramon or Aqua, Sea Animal, and its traits from your Digivolution sources without paying its cost.
That's not bad.
During your opponent's turn, once per turn, when your opponent plays a Digimon, you may activate one of those Digimon when Digivolving effects.
Huh.
So, you said Kaizenel.deck. This is literally the boss monster for Kaizenel.deck. You can
Really is.
bring any Digimon from underneath it onto the board, and when your opponent plays a Digimon, you go activate Aegismon, activating its
Ah,
on play, return, bounce, delete,
yep.
spin, whatever.
Yeah, well, you can activate. You can activate one of their Digimon effects that says while digivolving,
Yes, so
like
one
one
that
Digimon effect. So that's really strong.
yeah. So
Then
you can definitely do some shenanigans. Like, you know,
I see this. Okay,
yeah,
Kaiser Nail. This is oh my god,
this is
dude.
the
I can see
Kaizenel
this.
diaper topic deck.
Yeah.
Now let's
All
scroll
right.
on
I
down.
love this archetype.
Let's
I love this archetype.
let's scroll on down. We got one blue card here.
Yup.
So is Sorai. So Sorai is a 4 class option card. Trash the top 4 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. All of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Security effect, activate main.
It's just a Tommy. It's like a. To me, in my opinion, it's just like it's just a Tommy, but not as a tamer.
But let me go ahead and say this. It's a Tommy that avoids X antibody.
Okay, that's strong. I'll give you that. I don't know. Like I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these Tommy like cards, honestly. But
It's
I can see this
blue.
card. It's blue. Like it's not. I mean, it costs 4. I mean, that's that's its saving grace. I think. I don't know because Tommy
Yeah.
costs 3 to do the same thing,
Now,
but Tommy's at 1.
now, Romero, so far we went through all the red and blue cards. What do you think?
Currently, I think honestly, I think red purple is the big winner. Currently, we haven't seen the rest of the archetype just yet, but I can already tell that's already the winner. Machine Chaosdramon is a very powerful boss monster,
Mm-hmm.
which will not compel Machine Dramon to tier 1. I'm not going to be bold enough to say that, but I am going to say that with this Chaosdramon and plus any future level 5 cybers or any future cyber slash machine support we get in the future will support Machine in some way, shape, or form. I do see Machine reaching, especially with this new Chaosdramon, reaching tier 2 to tier 1.5 status at some point. I do see that. I can already see that there's an option card for Machine we haven't read just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But judging by the colors right now, I really believe red purple has the best color option right now.
Yeah.
Blue, mind you, I'm only saying this because blue has such a high standard right now when it comes to their cards. I think blue gets very underwhelmed. I don't think any of their cards will be tier 1 or meta defining, but I do see a lot of their cards being fun to play with. You know what I mean?
Yes. I can agree on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will agree with you on that one.
Yep.
And we're gonna get to the rest of the cards, but we're gonna go ahead and break this up into a 3-part video. So for those of you on YouTube that's gonna go ahead and watch this, part 2 will be up on a week-to-week basis. Part 3 will be up after that. You know how we gotta do it. you know, I would say I'll see you next video, but I know you're already gonna be in the next video. So Romero, you want to say anything to lovely people after we get done with part one?
Yeah, guys, just play your decks. Try not to like feel discouraged with whatever is happening in the format. You know, try to have fun and innovate. Honestly, that's like the best thing about card games is to innovate. You'll probably be seeing me around more often with my I call him the Dr. Dre to my Eminem because he's the one who got me into Digimon and taught me everything I knew about the game. And yeah, like expect me to pop up here and there whenever Dante needs me. And and well, maybe you'll see some more different content in the future. Who knows?
Oh,
But so far, I'm very excited about EX3, mainly because of the Chaos Ramon. But I do see a lot of potential coming soon
oh yeah,
for the rest of these.
I agree with you. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is part one of the EX03 set review with Romero, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.
Later, guys.